Good. Yes. Now I have. See, I need the pairs. 4 is better than 3. Then I can teach. Good. Good. Okay. Line up. Yeah, come in, Ricardo. Welcome everybody to the live stream. If you're joining us. We're gonna get started. Yes. Stand straight. Good. Welcome to the afternoon class. For the first hour, we're gonna pick up where we left in the morning. On this grabbing situation, one hand, two hand, on the shirt, on the neck, stuff like that. Very technical, not violent at all. And then after tea is weapons with Buddha-san. Okay? So, as always, we start with the warm-up. Feet together. Lock your fingers. Stretch up. Okay. And when you're ready, go up on the balls of your foot. And when you're stable, if you're stable, try to go 1 foot at a time. You can try from the front. If it's not going, you can blame the wind. From the front, from the back. Once you get the balance, the energy keeps pushing up from the back. Good. And down on your heels again. And to the right. The other right. There you go. And change side. Good. This time, from the middle position, hands go up. And the head is falling in between the hands. The stretch is actually on the shoulders. Good. Come back. Same position this time, all the way down. Good. Up. And now to the right. And bend to the side. Slowly. And the other side as well. Good. Right foot in front, rotate, spin the right arm around the shoulder. Yes. And back. Change sides. and back. Good. Let's do some push-ups. In a push-up position. If it's hard, stay on your knees. Yep. But even if you stay on your knees, keep your back straight. Okay. Start with 9 push-ups. Stay on your knees now. Good. Now we're going to go closer to the body. Not wide, but just here. My elbows are touching my ribs. Huh? Oh. Okay, now try. But really, if it's hard, do it on your knees. Even for me, 9 is hard. From the center. It's called diamond push-up. Here. Got it? Okay. Now on your fingers. Not very hard. Just 9 times. Good. Last set. You do 9 repetitions. Not one repetition is similar to the one before. So you can change from here to here to there. You can change here. You can change back to here. 9 different push-ups. Okay? If you see somebody is doing that, if you didn't try it before, please don't do it. No, really. It might look easy, but just alternate one hand at a time. Otherwise, you might hurt your wrists. Okay? Let's see. Yes, good. Yes, very good. Yes, when you're ready, stand. Shake out your arms. Let go. Again. And one last time. Good. 1 minute break. Get a sip of water if you need, and we start the class soon. You good? So we did the morning. We started with grabbing the hands, and we finished with grabbing here. Now we trap across. So if he comes across, this was the exercise. Now we move on. He's here. He's not across. That would be pretty similar in the same technique if he uses two hands. He's straight there. So I want to go straight to two hands, and we will go back here. Again, it's very easy to understand what I'm doing. If he's coming forwards, the elbows are bent, it's going to be just on the forearms, and it's more dangerous, but can work with the elbow. But you want to get it, it's okay? If you start pushing like this, it's power against power. But it's, you see, it's there. It's there. But I'm always thinking, oh, he's going to come headbutt. I want to protect here. Go out. Make sense? Let's try the simple one first. Always start slow. The way you lock, you don't have to lock your fingers.
You don't have to?
Whatever is comfortable.
Oh, okay, so I can just do that.
Yes, yes. Yes. You don't have to ruin the clothes. You can just do that.
Oh, okay.
If you just put your hands on my shoulders, put your hands on my shoulders. Yeah. Here. I'm going to use this one, but just leverage.
Okay.
Okay? Yes. Do it again slow. Yes. But actually, you're using this hand for the technique. It's this. But here you leverage. It's not two hands. It's actually this hand. But you just like you tried, you both tried?
Yeah.
Okay. Quite a few times. You guys got it? Okay. So that's very static. It's just to understand the dynamics. He's come and catch me with two hands, and he's already pushing me. He's pushing me back. This. Again, slow, maybe from other side so they can see. So it's escalating. We're not static. I'm going back. I'm going to use this momentum, swing this arm completely around. Don't slack here with the elbow strike or anything like this. Totally around. Why? Because I'm going to trap his right with my left, and then I'm going to trap his left with my right. So if he's pushing, 1, 2. You see his hands? I took his hands. I can continue from here. But just to understand the dynamic, same thing. Now there's momentum coming at you. Trap, spin the arm around with the body. Try to have control of both hands when you actually done the move. Let's try. Sorry, I didn't. Yes, but you did one hand. You can do it both hands. So let me just do that. Sorry. Do it with me without the pushing, just to show, just put it there. This is the spin, right?
Okay.
But I do this also.
Oh, you hold on. Okay, I was hold on.
You see what happens? Then I can. Oh.
Okay, so you have to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Okay, everybody tried?
Yeah.
What would be the obvious follow up? You do it. Let's do it for a moment. Yeah.
Grab.
Yeah. Grab. Push. Then I do that. In this case, you see his hands are trapped really tight. So I just need to turn. I will hurt him. I will really would spin him. I might break his arm. Otherwise, second option, if you select on this one and you didn't trap the both hands, come back with an elbow. Open the arm, whatever. But the best option is do it from here so they see. Yes. Push. 1, 2. I got his arms. If I speak, if I break his elbow, we both know that the arms are trapped. If they're not, just come back. Okay, try that. Be careful with the elbow lock. Yes, her arms are really trapped.
Yeah.
If you just turn your body there, oh, it's not good for her.
So what does this person do then? If I'm trapped, is there
You're already trapped.
nothing to do?
If I did it, I mean, if I did it to you and you're trapped, you pretty much lost already, right? You're trapped. You wanted to.
Maybe
if a girl came up to another girl and did that, would it be easier to, depending,
get out of the trap, maybe. Not no way.
You can just go out of the trap with the first technique also. But if it's already getting severe, then you spin and you can let go or you can keep trapped. Yeah, do it again, do it again. His hands are tight, trapped in your armpit. Just swing all your body here. Oh. For some reason, Kyle's hands are getting very trapped, very good trapped. Ah. I think I think before. If I hold this, at some moment I spin here, I sink my body down, so this gets over. I'm almost succeeding in manipulating his arm with mine to where I want it to be. So at some point of the technique, push, 1, 2, I sink down. So it's all in my armpit. And now, oh, I saw it. Be careful on the left shoulder, you can do more on the right. Huh?
So like if somebody, if I was be able to get out, would it work if I went and sweep the person off its feet, or would that not work either?
I wish it would.
But it
How?
probably.
Like, right, this one?
Yeah, so if I went like this and
Yes.
that,
Yes.
then yeah, well, I guess you could sweep and no, maybe not.
If you could, sweep him down.
Yeah, I
But
was just wondering because of in case it was a girl on girl fight, would it work as a sweeper? But I guess it depends on how strong the person
I'm
is.
closer to taking you down. Hold me. Here. I'm doing my thing here. I'm closer to taking you down from here than to go out and try a new technique. I would rather really nail this one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Because to sweep, I need to be in front.
No, the trap one.
Okay.
Kind of. Just talking about like if she was trapped and she couldn't get out of the.
Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah.
So.
I'm doing this.
She wants to know if she can sleep the first like that.
If you can succeed with this, but do it. But
I wouldn't do it with a man though. The man was attacking you. That would probably be
I'm
hard.
trying to think like you better do it with me. Yes. I'm gonna try to take my hand back before I sweep you. You know what I mean? Okay, good. Any more questions or good? Okay, so salute your partner. Now I want to show something. So we're gonna move on from grabbing the clothes to grabbing the neck. And this looks very aggressive, and people call it a choke, but it's not really a choke. So you choke me. Choke. Full power. Choke. Choke. It's okay. After 5 seconds, I'm getting dizzy, but it's not gonna choke you. Did you ever do it like quick? Did you ever saw somebody go? He tap out because you choke him like this? No. No. Now, because I told you, you might go to the Adam's apple and you make damage, but really, this will not choke you only if your back is against the wall. Then maybe can apply enough pressure. So the way I learned it and the way I think about it, domestic violence. If you're laying down, somebody on top of you really applying pressure like this, maybe can choke. But from this position, what it really is, it's a push. It's awkward, it doesn't feel right, but don't panic. It's not a choke. You want to choke me? You want to try? You don't want to try? Okay. So I let him choke me. Okay. I give him my neck. But the first thing that if I would get caught before he's coming, if I could, I would do that. Now this I do want you to try on each other. It's a very big difference. If the neck is loose, I grab that. Oh, the head is shaking. But if I'm compressed, chin down, shoulders up, choking. Yeah, good luck with that. It's not gonna happen. So before we start to move forwards and back with somebody's neck, just try the grip. See that it's not really choking you in the first second, and see that you can prevent a lot of it just by before, ideally before. Try all situations. Try also after. Somebody grabbed you, you still do that. Okay? Let's try. This is the first instinct. Take it easy. It's very technical. Nobody's going to get choked.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah, no.
Not very cool. It doesn't feel very cool when somebody
no,
gets your neck.
but,
I know. This is why you play safe with this one. Okay? Okay. Now somebody is going to come. One of you guys is going to come and grab me. Come and grab me.
This way?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
The first thing is you don't want to get grabbed. So now we're going to put all this in motion. First, it's like a progression. First, he's trying to get me, but I don't want to get caught. So I'll try first to get out of the way. And then it goes to, okay, he caught me. Now he's pushing me back. Now I'm against the wall. Maybe a different technique to every situation. But just to begin with, from this side, I'm going to have to step to the side. But if you look at this arm coming forward, I'm going here, here. So his forward momentum, oh, yes. Do it slow, two hands, but really don't come here, come to the neck. It changes the angle. Here. From the other side, same thing exactly. Step out, yeah. Okay, he's coming like a mummy. That's a big mistake. Somebody who wants to do something to you, he's not gonna come like this anyway, but I keep repeating this. If you don't see the attack coming, I cannot help you. You're gonna get attacked already. But if you see it, hands up, get ready to go out of the way. Always. So he's coming, and I have enough time to react. Here, here. Okay, let's try that. First, don't get grabbed. But this is not static. So one person is gonna come, and the other one is gonna step out and try to catch the elbow line from outside going to the jaw. Let's try that. Nice and slow.
Something, no.
From the outside.
Other part. No.
Can you show me?
So if I was coming,
She's coming here.
Yeah.
I'm going there. Outside.
Yeah.
With this. And this. And forward.
Like,
Yes. So all I'm doing from here, I step out with this. And I stand. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Try slow. Yes, very much. You guys are doing upper block. Upper block. Here. 1, 2. That's it. Come. Come. Step out. Same simple footwork. Step out. Get over his arm to the jaw and continue the movement. Use the elbow. You're doing this. He's coming. You're doing this. I'm using this. Come. Here. Yeah, I don't want to hit your face.
No. But she's doing the blocking. But she's blocking too. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, if somebody's trying to grab me, yeah. Go better. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So, first he's coming, and I see him. So I don't want to get caught. So I step out of the way, and I stop him. So let's imagine that he got me. He got me. And now he's pushing back. 1, 2. Basically, when I do this, I can put my shoulder. Yep, I'm doing it as I step back. 1, 2. Now I'm going to change to a horse riding stance. And then I'm going to do everything together. So now do it for real. Come. Push. That's the mic. Okay, so it's going to work on the mic. Hopefully it's going to work on each other. Okay, somebody's coming. He grabbed you. Now he's pushing you. Yes. Yeah. Shoulders. Yes. Same time with the horse riding stance. Now let's try again. Nice and slow. Now you're more ready. I'm not applying pressure here. I just want to see his technique. So I'm pushing. Oh, there you go. There you go. If the one that is pushing is faking, then I'm going to stay here when he's doing his technique. But in reality, nobody's going to do that to talk to you. He's pushing. So my forward momentum takes me all the way out. Okay, so try this. Just shoulders up, turn into your horse riding stance. Stay upright. Not here at all. Yes. Yes. Yeah. You feel that it's gonna work, or she's cooperating with you, and she's bring the shoulder up as you turn. See, hold me with one hand. See this? So this helps a lot. No, you're grabbing the neck. You're, you're going for the neck. Yes. Okay. Okay. It's pretty straightforward. Let's say it worked, and you're really technical and you're really in control. What you can do from this position is going for my neck he thinks he's choking me, but actually he's pushing me. I'm gonna step back, and when I do this, bam, straight in his groin. So the hands, I'm not telling you what to do with the hands because I emphasize on the shoulders, but pay attention. I'm here. So, 1, 2. It's just becoming more technical because if he's coming and he's pushing hard and I'm really wild, I might not get the position that I want. If you keep it technical with each other, this hand, bam. Yes, yes. Try. You need to stay upright for that. So I turn my shoulder, facing down is going to be harder. Yes. Mm. Tell me. So, 1, 2, 3. See this hand?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I did that wrong.
Initially, I did it wrong too until I learned.
The wrong thing.
Yes. Yes, but see, the footwork here is really important. So when she pushes me back, I go, and now I'm not facing her anymore. I'm facing the side. I need this momentum, and then I'm straight in. If you do it on the same line, it can work. But you see, I'm still there. I want to be there. Yeah, let's try. Don't forget to spin it. Don't forget to actually choke. Yes. Actually use this. Okay, even if the hand is down, the shoulder comes up, and then when I turn my body, I'm there. Yes. Mm-hmm. No, you come. You want me? You come. Yes.
So she's having trouble with stuff. She keeps on going in and out instead of that, and
No hands.
so
Just this shoulder. That's it. But look my feet. Yes. Yes. So I pull this one from here. So count. Make it count. Start from left foot forward. Go 1, 2, turn. Yay. There you go. And then don't worry. It's just gonna get more complicated soon. Okay, good. And salute your partner again. So now the progression, it's escalating. It's getting worse. He already grabbed me and he's already pushing me back. The next thing that will happen, he's going to bend his elbows. This is more pressure, more close. Yeah, so he's pushing, but coming closer and closer. Same one. Same one from the shirt, but on the neck. But here, you can really open again. Okay, let's try it again slowly. I want to go out, but he trapped me. And he's putting so much pressure that this is too technical, it's not going to work. So if I see that he's coming too close to me, full spin. Okay, first get out of the lock, and then see if you can come back with the elbow or hammer fist. Same technique like we did to the shirt in the beginning. Trap, spin around, but this time you step back and try to get his arms trapped. Same.
But try.
All around. I didn't look, but here, trap, spin. Very good class with your mic on the neck. Again?
Are you again?
Yeah.
And you okay?
Other side. Trap, spin. Yeah. From the outside. Very much better. Much better. But don't go there. Stay. Yes. Can. Yes. Now is very good, but you took a lot of steps to think. So try to get. I'm not going to do the technique, but just do it on me.
Me?
Yes. A step. One, I trap. Out. So as soon as you're being pushed, because you're gonna get out of control. I used to try to be smart about it, and I think like I can find a shorter way in. But really, this helps a lot. Open as much as you can, and then think. This might work. It's short to go over the elbows might work, but this really works. Works. The more you actually circle, open, big circle, the more chances you have. Yeah. Somehow it goes straight in your armpit. Let's try. Yeah. There you go. Try a few more minutes. Yeah, yes. Sorry, much better. Now, can you imagine something like this? Do the same thing again. Do the same. Can you imagine it? Yeah. Why don't you do it again? I want to see. Hold the position. Very good. Can you imagine turning back with the elbow? Ooh, that's it. That's the end of the technique. Let's fake it. 1, 2. If I come back here, bam, that's it. That's the end of the technique. It's not about power. It's not about power. It doesn't matter. A female can easy do it herself. Just don't panic. That's the hardest part. Don't panic when something touches you. Now try to not go too far. Secure this one very good. So you could, from here, bam. But this is still important. Bam. You understood? Now I'm not going for the lock anymore. Here. I still have this. Bam. I'm not letting you run away. I'm coming with the elbow. So trap, spin, elbow. Bam. You see, when you're being playful, exactly. But when you're being playful and you're actually coming forwards, it works better because you're coming forwards, and that's the reality. Somebody is coming, and it's his momentum that you're using against him. It's good. Okay, good. Salute your partner. Let's see the last piece of the sequence. Now let's say, okay, he catched me. Now we've been through everything. My back is against the wall. Can you imagine now he's getting dangerous because or he can actually choke me or he can actually give me headbutt. So the first thing that I have to do, not only this up, hands up. So this time I'm not going to come from outside because it's not really good defense. Here, I'm protecting myself. Put pressure. My back is against the wall. This is going to come closer. Bend the elbows. Here. This is the position. I trap this one. Now can you imagine, wait a second. My back is against the wall. If I turn my shoulders, this cannot go back. So my whole body will turn inside, right? This will create, bend the elbows a little bit. I'm here, here, here. Again, show you what happened. Bend the elbows. I'm against the wall. So when I turn, my shoulder comes out. But my hand was here. Trap this one. Here. Make sense? Let's try again. Did you see? My back is against the wall. He's gonna come close. Here. Same trap. Same shoulder. 1, 2. Sorry about that. Yes? Make sense?
Yeah.
Try to pretend that your back is against the wall. You try that. Okay? So first, hands go up. One is in the center, in between. Then you trap, and as you turn with the shoulder, this hand falls down. If you got the strike, catch the elbow. That's a lot of moves. Let's have a look. Yes. Trap. Yes. Turn.
This.
Yes.
And then touch the elbow.
No, this is the elbow. From here.
And then like that. And then. Is that right?
Almost.
Almost. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure.
This is the last one was. So she holds me. And the elbows are getting, she's coming closer, the elbows as well. No, sorry. Yes. From here, there, straight away.
Okay, and then, okay.
Okay? Because once you strike, just take the elbow from under.
Okay. Try it again.
Yes.
This, that.
But turn, yeah? As much as you can turn.
I'm going to try it again.
Don't walk back. You cannot walk back. Do it now. Do it now. No, really, do it. I didn't see. Sorry?
We trap. And?
Yes. I tend to, as soon as you bend the elbows, so this is why I always see that. But it's because you grab me, I will grab the wrist probably, but the angle is going there anyway. So I'm going to trap. When I turn, this goes down. Sit down. But it's from.
Is it this elbow? We drop this up.
I think other elbow. You hold me. I'm here. He's coming close. I spin there. This one. Again, use the elbow. Once you get it from here, really hard to pull to be against you. Surprisingly. You need to be here. Wait. Yeah. Here, just protect. Here. And then when you spin, this goes there. This striking. Yeah. This.
There's no bullshit. Oh.
From outside. Yes. No, thing is, as you turn, you take your leg back, you turn your body, this goes there.
Still choking here.
And this got already separated.
Yeah, you would pull
And
it in.
then,
And then pull me. I was with this.
one more time. Come closer. I'm here. I cannot go back. Take this one. And as I do this, I turn here. Okay.
So
Probably.
So
When I do this, what are you doing?
that,
In the second one? Yes.
and then you shrug
Turn. And yes.
this,
Yes.
and then
I would. No, I changed. I changed the elbow. If you come here, I'm here.
yeah,
I'm here.
okay,
This, the one that I'm having on my wrist, this is the one that I'm taking.
okay. So yeah, that's okay.
It's very hard technique now. It's very advanced. Okay, guys, good. Salute your partner. Let me make it more simple for you. A lot of time the people that win, they're just more fast and more aggressive. Those techniques we teach from the most simple, don't get caught, and you escalate all the way up to, wow, my back is against the wall and I have to do something like very complicated. But if you think like me and somebody is just gonna come and grab me, you see how open this all? It's all open. Yeah. So come, grab me. You don't need to use very crazy techniques. Let him come. Look at this. Boom, into his movement. And then from here, it's just at some point, it's like I fake. No. I fake surrender. He's pushing me back. I cannot be pushed back more than a couple steps. Yeah? So when he's pushing, at some point, I will stop. And I will stop him. So it's all simple movements. 1, 2, 3. But it's almost like one movement. Okay? But then you have to be quick. Because if I'm already grabbing him, now it's going to be hard to execute that. But on the beat, now, on the, for this you really need to find the timing. Okay? Boom. Super easy. Okay? Try to actually save yourself, not get involved with the super complicated techniques. Somebody touched me. Try. Try. Slow. Bum, bum. Yes. But the intention is that as soon as she touch me, this comes up, and I'm not going to do it to her, but yeah, I need her to let loose of the grip. So actually, I'm going to hurt the person. But it's the same movement. 1, 2. But I can go straight here, but she still have all the power.
Yeah.
So as soon as she comes close, boom, don't have all the power, and then.
Okay.
If you're lucky, let me try something. If you're lucky, you do it with me. 1, 2, 3. You can still get the elbow. Come closer. 1, 2, 3. You see this? Step out of the. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
I forgot.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Tomorrow there's a quiz.
What?
Not funny. Not funny anymore. Yep. Good. Okay, yeah. Okay, any questions? Our tea is almost ready. So we did today a lot of grabbing. You see, we didn't use one strike. Okay, at the end, yeah, I have to. But really, it's technique. It's body mechanics, and I really believe you don't have to be very strong to do it. The stronger guys are vulnerable with the energy that they're bringing. Actually, if you move well, they don't always move well. So you cannot go force to force against them. It's mostly technique. We never did this. We never throw counter back. It's just trying to go home safely. Yeah? Okay, let's line up and have some tea together. Good job, guys. Thanks. The same mic, new mic. I see it 3 times. But maybe because this class always here. Maybe it's okay for other classes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think this is the same tea that
The mysterious
Launching.
thing.
it's like wood.
Oh, it's a
I would.
Yeah. This has got some other stuff in it as well, but yeah, it's like chunks of wood. That's he's drinking, but that's red. There's more, but I only put a little in there. Yeah, because it's so hot, so you can add water or it will cool down faster. No one wants the big seed, I see.
I will move on the big seat then, since it's lonely.
That's right. Give it some love and
So it's raining.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
good.
It's raining.
yeah. It's raining and the temperature definitely dropped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start to see the mountains.
Yeah.
We might have if this continues, we might have a beautiful morning tomorrow.
I hope so.
Me too.
Oh, they double mic'd us. Oh, it's a double mic afternoon. Okay.
Guys, they don't speak much, but they do stuff.
Yeah, they're active. We don't really have.
The mic, I had my issues with the mic, but specifically today, it's not good for defense against joke. Everybody's hands around the mic.
Oh,
All the
yeah,
time.
Oh.
it fell
It
off.
fell three
Went
times.
3 times.
Yeah, that's probably the worst class for that.
Probably not. Yeah. I don't know. It will work from
It probably might work better over
on the outside.
maybe.
Yeah, if you did something like that. I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me when I talk like this with the mic like that? So like someone could still choke me.
I'm waiting for it.
Life goals. Check.
Life goals. That is very tasty tea.
So class was nice. What
This was nice.
what were you working on?
Choking people.
Ah,
Or choking each
or
No,
or,
many.
or more to the defense, I think. But
Exactly. I just felt like saying that.
It went very well.
we got a choker.
Defend.
Choking people.
We're learning how to defend ourselves from being choked.
Yeah. It's always like choke against the neck. I start the class by kind of proving, look, it's actually not a choke. But then at the end of the class, it's a neck choke again.
Yeah.
Everybody say that it's a neck choke. Okay, let's call it like that. But you cannot choke somebody from there.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, yeah.
It becomes a push. And the techniques
And just kind of like a strangle, but you're not actually.
no, I can count to 5 before I act. It's not.
Right.
No.
No, you're not going to be able to actually.
You're not gonna tap someone out. If you have time one day, I can teach you how to choke somebody. It's not gonna involve the fingers.
Yeah. No.
It's,
Right. Yeah.
full
Yeah.
arm,
Yeah. Yeah. Like wrap around.
Slipper hold. Or,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the choke. What do they do?
Yeah. That's the,
Wrestling.
I believe the technical name is a rear naked choke.
yeah. And there's a couple ways of doing it. You can get that arm and then put it behind the head, right? So it's like.
Then it's a slipper
Then it's a sleeper.
because I'm choking you from here. And then I put this hand on your head.
Yeah. To like.
I'm going to sleep. This is a slipper choke, but it's the same rear naked choke. I can, instead of bringing my head down, I can breathe up.
Yeah.
Just like my
Oh,
lungs.
that hurt.
Toast Fresca. It's cold. It definitely is a little chillier. It's nice though.
Yeah, the classic choke, which is a bouncer friend of mine said he sees it all the time.
Mhm.
It's a go-to.
Mhm.
People who don't know how to fight,
I can believe.
especially if they're kind of a bigger guy, they just
Just
go right for that.
And I'm thinking, what's the game plan? You're gonna stand there and shout at me? What you like?
Yeah,
We're gonna stand
I got
there.
you already. Right
That's
here.
position. Well, you're gonna have a conversation. What? It have to escalate very fast.
Yeah, and it's a classic. I don't know what to do. I'm not a person who fights, but I'm getting into a fight, so
Yeah. So I might as well expose all of me to
Yeah.
somebody who knows how to fight.
yeah. It came up because of a situation where him and I got into a fight with some people. You know how that goes. It wasn't. We didn't even get very physical because my buddy's 6'8",
Oh,
you know.
oh.
Yeah, he was a bouncer at a club, and he's not a fighter at all. He's a total nerdy musician. Went to orchestra school when he was a kid, and it's like wears glasses and isn't very athletic. But you look at him, he's very intimidating. And, yeah, someone went to grab my neck, and
You let him.
no, my buddy picked him up and tossed him from behind. So that was, and that pretty much ended the fight.
That's what friends are for.
But I don't know if I should tell the story, but
I don't know. I don't know the story. Maybe it's bad.
Is it that bad?
no, it's not a bad story at all. Nothing really bad happened. We were at a bar, like after my buddy got off work, and my buddy's a smoker, I'm not, and there was this group next to us, and there was 4 of them, and they were like, so they wanted to smoke from my buddy. My buddy's like, yeah, $2 for 4 smokes, they're expensive in the States. And they're like, well, no. And they're like, we only have $1. And he's like, no, dude, it's $2. He's like, I don't care if you guys smoke or not. Like, but I'm not going to pay for you to smoke. Like, I don't know you. I just got off work. And they're like, fine, but we only have $1 on us. The other $1's in the car. Right? So we're like, okay, fine. What my buddy doesn't realize, because they're right here on my back. So I'm like this, and they're right there. My buddy's over here on the other side of the table. But I can hear them talking the whole time, and they're just talking about how they're going to scam us out of this $1.
Wow.
And like how big and bad they think they are because they're going to do this. And it's just like, so I remember, and I even looked back at the guy, the biggest of the guys, who's the one who ends up trying to choke me, but the biggest of the guys, and he like, I look at all of them, and he knows I can hear him, and he winks at me. Again, he's thinking he's a tough guy, and he's like, oh, and then he's like, oh, I just winked at him, and he turned around, and it's like, I can still hear you, So one of their friends one of the four comes over and starts talking about restaurant work with my buddy. My buddy's also a chef. He's a bartender, or he was a bouncer and a chef. And so they're buddying up, and I notice the other three kind of go towards the door like they're going to leave. So at this point, I got a buzz, right? And I get up and I follow them. And of course, they're going to their car. And they're going to the car to leave. The whole point was that they were like, hey, you talk to them, distract them, we're going to leave, and we're going to get that $1. Like, it's $1. Nobody cares about the dollar. At this point, it's kind of a principle thing, I think, for both sides. But there's 3 of them, and they're walking towards the door, and they're starting to walk towards their car. And then the one goes to, like, put his key in the car to unlock it, and I came up and gave him a hip bump, and bumped him out of the door. And he was like, well, what's the problem? What's going on? I was like, well, where's that $1? Like, it's a contract. That was a verbal contract. Like, let's go. And then he turns around. He's like, oh, and then his buddy's next to him. And then the third guy, and they kind of look at each other and they're like, well, as far as we can tell, it's 3 against 1. And pardon my language here. And I was like, and I looked at each one of them in the eye. I was like, but all I see is a bunch of pussies. And so that's when the guy went to grab me.
Okay.
And he's doing this, and my friend came right behind him. This guy's probably about 6 feet, 6'1", 6'2". The biggest of them. None of them were very big. But my buddy's 6'8". He was a bouncer, so he knows how to use his leverage. So he just came up behind him and, like, grabbed him by the neck from behind, got his hip, and just tossed him right over.
Oh my god.
And the guy just, and then it was like, yeah, we'll get you that $1. All right, we got that $1, dude. Scrambled into the car. Here you go. Yeah. And then, of course, they weren't very happy. So then when they drove by us, they yelled out all sorts of slurs towards us. We're gay, sort of thing. It's like, you're driving away. I'm not sure. We're the ones that are afraid here. We just stood there like, we didn't want to fight. It's not like we were trying to get into a fight, but kind of a funny story.
That is hilarious. I like that one.
Nice story.
I've never heard somebody escalate like that for God. Wow.
Yeah, no, just ask me for $1. I'll give you $1. Don't fight over it.
Again, it's not about the
Of
dollar.
course not. It's more about the alcohol.
It wasn't even about the alcohol.
But they're probably their alcohol.
12 drinks later.
I mean, because we literally just got there. We had a beer and a shot. That was all we had. It's like we weren't even that drunk, but it was like I can hear you guys talking about it. Like how you're this scam and how funny you think that is. And it's like, at that point, it's just principle. At least for myself and my friend. For me, particularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hold someone to it.
For $1.
Yeah. 25 cents. Like, one of my buddies, his classic phrase, he's like, I don't care how much it is. I'll go to jail. He's like, you took $10? You took $10,000. I don't care. I'm going to knock you out. He had some problems. He could have used Kung Fu to help calm his mind and become one with his breath and his body. That would have been good training for him.
Until the money.
Oh,
Then people get really sensitive.
I mean, he has gone to jail over $50. He's a man of principle. If he tells you he's going to do something, believe he's going to do it. That was kind of the whole thing was, where's the integrity? It's $1. Who cares? Like, none of us are caring about $1. Even my friend whose cigarettes didn't care about the $1. But why are you trying to get out of it? That was before I knew Kung Fu.
Oh. So you wouldn't do that now?
Oh, now he's going to teach you how to do it with a sword.
Yeah. Or a staff or whatever.
Sword today or staff?
Well, I think I would have just, it's staff today, but I think I would have just maybe, instead of giving him a hip bump, I would have maybe gone into like some kind of China hold while his two friends punched me. But you know, there's like, I mean, in that kind of arena, you know, at least I do. I have a good opinion or a good view of like what was I dealing with. These guys were all very nerdy people who lived in the suburbs, right? And in the States, if you're living in the suburbs, this inner city scares you. I live in the inner city, right? So you're just a little bit rougher, and you can kind of tell. You can easily be like, oh, these guys aren't going to do nothing. So there's no, which is why I didn't start throwing punches at them. It wasn't, you know, we didn't want to fight. It's fun to be like, where's $1? Have you guys ever seen the movie Better Off Dead?
Yep.
With John Cusack.
Yes, I watched that.
So there's it's an 80s movie, but there's a kid who does like a newspaper delivery, and so he keeps bothering Cusack through the whole movie, everywhere he is. Like he's in the bathroom, this kid pops out, "Where's my $2? I want my $2." So it's kind of like that, you know. He's on the ski slopes, and this kid comes by and, "Where's my $2? You know, this sort of thing. He's walking down the street, kid pops out of the bushes, "Where's my $2?
Probably only maybe I've seen him maybe once or twice, but that was a long time ago, so I didn't really remember.
Oh yeah, you're not missing a whole lot. It was funny. Has the same villain as Karate Kid.
Okay.
The blonde guy, he's like the bully at the high school as well.
Yeah.
He did really good as a high school bully.
Yeah.
He got kind of typecast into this high school bully.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite movies, other than The Three Ninjas. The series of those.
The Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
The kids.
Yeah, the Three Ninjas are 1, 2, and 3. The first one is like the original. I loved it. I used to watch it as a kid. It was like a big thing, and then they go to Tokyo. I was like, I'm gonna go there.
So there was more than one.
There's 3. There's 3 ninjas. 3 ninjas kick back, and then 3 ninjas knuckle up. But the first one,
Quite
and then the
franchise.
other 2 movies, they don't have the same act of the. They're missing the one that two actors.
Yeah, one of them was from like Tim Allen's Home Improvement. Was it one of them? No.
No, there was
I thought it was the.
no. There was Max. There was 3 guys, 3 kids, but no, they actually the 2 blonde ones look like off of Home Improvement, but they're not. But yeah, it's a fun movie to watch.
There you go, folks. If you're hearing at home.
Yep.
3 Ninjas and the franchise. Check it out.
Yeah.
Recommended by Mandy. She's Canadian, so take that with, you know. Hey,
Make your own
she's Canadian, eh? You guys don't say that at all.
You
No,
don't say, hey,
Apparently, well, some people say I do.
no, like
not like
you
that though.
kind of people, specifically you and you.
I think back
You don't
east
know.
is mostly they have that.
Yeah, talk like what is it? Get out and about. Out and about in the middle, eh?
Yeah,
There you go, yeah.
That's
East Coast.
That's the East
Oh,
Coast. Mainly
East Coast.
Newfoundland has that accent almost. Don't
Drove
they?
down on my motorcycle, eh? Got a process.
Yeah, that's back east. Letterkenny, the show. Yeah, I think is that in Nova Scotia or Ontario? I think it's Ontario.
Oh, okay. Oh. Let's train. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, start.
Enough of our Canadian geography knowledge.
Yes. Good luck
You're all
with
nice.
doing the step with an accent.
Oh yeah.
It was so easy for you to do. Okay?
He's been holding back, eh?
Yeah.
Go back home.
It's,
I don't know. I can't even.
it's interesting because it's just a. Oh, is my. But this one's on. Oh.
First day you can also have one if you like.
For what? Hearing with?
Hey, Ricardo, why don't you grab a staff? Yeah, you know the routine, yeah? Yeah, let's get you on a real staff. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna mix my Hispanic and my Canadian, eh? Hey, Holmes. All right. How was the first day treating you, Tuba?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It's really good.
Awesome. The real question will be, can you remember any of it for tomorrow?
That is, just keep it in mind.
And it's okay if you
I'm going
can't.
to rehearse them. I'll figure out a way.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, come up with a plan. And if you haven't realized already, these stairs get quite slippery when they're wet. So just be mindful of these ones and the other ones. Yeah. You wouldn't be the first or the last to fall. No, no, you guys get these ones. Yeah, you don't get the big ones yet. You got to learn the routine first before you get the big heavy sticks. Yeah. Yeah, you get the little kid sticks. But soon you'll be ready for the adult table. Don't worry. Come on up, Priska. We'll do one row. Then I get to see everyone. Okay, tall, bow. All right, Sunday afternoon, the last class. We just had some tasty tea, and now we're going to do weapons. April, we started a new weapon. We're going with the staff. Those of you who don't know, the three of you, come up and grab one of these. And Ricardo, feel free to start working on yours with the staff. If you want to work on the cane as well a little bit, you can. Yeah, but make sure to do the staff. And then if you want to work on any of the weapons that you know you can. But definitely start with the staff. Priska, you know what to do. You're a pro. Yes, please. Come grab one, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that was very nice.
You look full of wisdom.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Very okay. That's just me.
Not like a 200-year-old or male wizard.
Yeah.
So, the staff. A few key things that we want to really think about with the staff is the left hand is always facing down, the right hand is facing up, right? So they're always like this, right? And we're doing a lot of sliding. You're going to be sliding your hands a lot, alternating. So whatever side that we're striking with, right? If we strike to the left, we want our hand elbows length away. So you want to be able to look and see that your elbow is at the end. So you better move that hand on down the line. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is where we're going to want it, right? When we're striking to the left. And we're also going to want that left hand on that Qing Ming spot, right? So if I'm striking to the left, either down, either up or down, I want this, right? I want that left hand, right? So just take a few chances. kind of hitting someone in the head, right? You can kind of punch through with that right hand, but making sure that left hand is there. You want to be in a bow and arrow stance. That's what we're going to be using for this. Back leg is straight, and you really want to get the power through the hip and the leg coming out, right? So now, the same is true for the opposite. So the way to switch would be to pull with that left hand and get that right hand in position. And where does the position? Well, roughly around where your elbow, right? So you get kind of a feel for that. So you pull it with the left, get the right in position, and then when you strike to the right, we want that right hand pinned into the chest, right? So not up here. You're going to hurt yourself right here. Not here, in front of your shoulder, yeah, right? Because what we want to avoid is this. I'm not trying to hit myself with the staff. I want the energy to be in the end, right? So it's more or less pivoting on that point, right? Regardless of where you're going. Now, when we strike with to the right, it's typically considered almost more of a sweeping action. It's really difficult to get springy power, but when you're striking to the left, it's much easier because it's essentially a punch, right? So let's just work on this simple sequence of moving the hands just to get us used to it, and then we'll incorporate into the practice, right? We'll start the routine, but first we want to start bow and arrow, right, with the right leg back. Start with your left hand in position, and you can kind of pull that into your chest here, right? And now upper left, right? So make sure that you're striking the left. So the left is here. Hit the stick. No. No, stand right there and hit the stick with your stick. Like that. Yeah. Right, that's left. Right, yeah. So what I was trying to do, because you just went to here, this isn't really a strike. That's a strike. So you want to get it across your body is what I'm trying to say, yeah. But go ahead and be in a bow and arrow stance if you can. Or yeah, you have one foot with a foot, kind of like when we were doing the Xuan Yang this morning. And when we were doing, I know you've been shown a lot, but essentially we want that front foot a half a foot in front. So if my toe's here, my other foot's here, right? Right? But if I look at your feet, you're in line with your toe. Yeah, now you can tell there's a gap, right? So this is much better, and if you can, turn that foot in. Yeah, we want both of them facing 1 o'clock. And then when you change, it'd be the other. But we still want the hips facing forward, right? Bend that knee. Yes. Now we have much more of a bow and arrow stance, right? And you can maybe even turn that back foot a little bit. Yep. Just so that you're not so open, because it's hard to get the hip across. If you close that back foot a little bit, it's easier to get the hip across, right? But what we want to do is just 4 simple strikes. We want to go upper left, pull, get the right hand in position, upper right, pull, get that left hand in position, going at someone's knee or your knee height, pull, going at the knee. Right? So again, upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Upper left, upper right, and stop. Where are your hands? Yeah. No, look at your back hand. Yep. So this is what we're working on right now. We want the hands to be in a good position. I know you changed it, so I saw you. Right? So that's the point. When we start to get into the routine, it's very easy to get the hands kind of inching in closer and closer to the center. But what you've now done is you've now taken a nice long weapon and you've made it short. So you've taken away one of the advantages of this weapon, which is that it's long. Now it's short. And the other thing with a long weapon, you get, go ahead and do this, and then just simply swing it down. You can feel there's a lot more leverage. If you do this, bring it up there, and then do it, there's not nearly the same amount of leverage. It's lighter. You didn't move your hands, though. You have to move your hands to feel the difference. From this, yeah, now bring that left one up and try it. Yeah, and there's just not the same amount of leverage at all. So this is why we want basically forearms length away from the edge. If you're a little here, a little there, it's okay, but we want to be in this range because you're going to get the most out of the weapon. Especially since traditionally this weapon's about supposed to be this height. So that's even taking away more of what you have, right? Depending on, I don't think those are necessarily the right perfect size for you, but it's good for training. So again, get that left hand in position, upper left, pull, get the right hand, upper right, pull, get the left, lower left, pull, lower right, pull, upper. So you can let that hand slide down. Let that right hand slide down a little bit because you're not going to be able to strike anything like this, right? It shouldn't. So these hands are constantly sliding. That's the thing with this practice. Right? Yep. Yeah, you got it. But not out here. Have it into your chest. Into your chest. This forces you to use your waist more instead of just doing this. This isn't going to do anything for us, right? If we're out there like this and we're out there like this, we're not getting any of the power that we can in there. So you want to keep that tight, right? Use that as almost a pivot point and let it come through. I'm not sure, is that supposed to be an upper or a lower? Well, you're doing both, but that one was a middle. So that's why I was asking if it was supposed to be an upper or a lower. Right? Do we have any questions on this bit? So kinda, but not really. Because if you're doing that, you're going to get stuck. So it's more pinned, explode. So there's this, there's no pressure here. It's just an anchoring. Same here. I'm coming in with an anchoring, but the energy should be at the tip here. So if you have to do it slow in the beginning, you can just start there, here. So you're getting this, it's hard to describe in words, but see, yeah, you see how it's almost hinging when you do that? You're getting that hinge right up here instead of where the hinge is here, you're hinging here, which is what you want, right? Right? Coming up. All right, so trying to really get that energy in there, but in the beginning, we just want to work on having good technique, right? Don't worry so much about the power. We want good technique. Everyone kind of understand this, though? If not, let me know. But does this kind of make sense? How to make these basic strikes? Yeah? Okay, so then let's start. Right? We're going to incorporate these right away. So first, as we do with all our routines, we start with the bow. So we're going to have our feet together, have the stick about a 45-degree angle out, and not too far, right? Not too far away from you, because we want to step out into a horse riding stance, and we want this to pretty much be in the center, right? And then we salute. And our classic Kung Fu salute is this, but because we have a weapon, that's not going to work. So here, right, we bow. We always keep our head up, our eyes up, so that no one kicks us in the face because we're a Kung Fu school, right? So eyes up, step out with the right foot, and give a salute, right? Not so much here, more at the edge. Yeah, and we're just keeping it equal with this. Wow, the rain has taken my words. Okay, and from here, we're going to kick up the staff with our foot, right? Just kick it up into the other hand, right? And when you do that, you want to try to grab at the spot that is, right? So do it a few times and then measure and see where it goes. Now measure that, right? So that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit lower, right? So just practice that. You kind of get used to where it is. Okay, I see where that is, right? Okay, so again, let's start from the very beginning. We bow, we step out, we salute, open up the left foot, kick with the right, step down into a horse riding stance. I'm sorry, a bow and arrow stance. Yeah, words are escaping me, right? Now we want it to be somewhat like this. Yep. And we don't want our hands too wide apart, otherwise we won't have any real control. If we're doing this, this is no good. You know, the hands. And the first thing we're going to do is strike. Right? So it's just a strike. You want to get that back leg straight and use the hips. Right? 60% of the weight right in the front. Then we're going to do what is a block. Right? Now the block is very much like Sum Chien, this practice. Right? We want that same kind of thing. Exactly, Kyle. So we kick it up, we grab, we stab, block. Now that stab, we want it to be parallel to the ground, and we want our left hand on that Qing Ming. So we want it to be parallel, right? So you should have your feet the opposite. Oh no, my feet are opposite. Never mind. Yeah. Clearly I need a nap. Right? So you stab, block. Right? And so you get that tension. We don't want to necessarily bring it in super close, because what is this going to block? I'm not giving myself a whole lot of time for reaction, right? Yeah, if you're swinging at me, I've given myself about this much space to block it, which is asking a lot. So when we do that, you know, for me, that left hand straightens and my right hand comes into this curl. And look it, this is in front of me. So I can block here. This is a good defensive position. If I bring it in too close, this isn't good. This is too close to my body. Yes. This, now, look how much space I have to block something. I've given myself a good foot or so, right? Like, this is what we want. We want to give ourselves some distance. So if you strike me, I can block this. If I'm here, I can still block it, but the likelihood it's going to hit me is a lot higher, right? So let's start from the beginning. Step through. Bow. Step. salute, open the left, kick with the right, stab, block. Now we're going to step back with that right foot. And when we step back with the right foot, we turn the left foot in. And now we're in a bow and arrow stance. Right? So check out your stance. Are you in a bow and arrow stance? You could be a little wider there. You're very, very long. Yeah. So think, you still want your hips facing forward. You still want shoulder width apart. Yes. Very good. Yeah. This will work. That foot's a little out there, yeah, which just makes it harder to get the everything around. Hard to get the hip around when we do that. So we blocked, we step back. And when you step back, everything's kind of already in position, right? Because you were in this block, you pull it back, and now we're just going to do our sequence of strikes, right? Upper left, pull back. Upper right, pull back. Lower left, pull back. Lower right. Right? So let's try that sequence again from the beginning. Luckily, you're all pros, so this is easy, right? We bow, we step out, we salute, we open the left, kick with the right, step, stab, block, step back with the right foot. Now, one of the things that can really help is people have a tendency to just bring the right foot straight back. And if you notice, when I do that, my stance gets very narrow. So something that can help is actually going out wide. And when you swing it around wide, the foot will naturally get to this point where it's facing 1 o'clock. And then I can just turn my other foot in. Right? So block, step back. Now upper left, upper right. Do try to get lower left, lower right. Right? And try to get that lower right and even that upper left, try to get them to the outside of your foot, right, on both sides. So we don't want to end in the middle. That wouldn't be a very good strike. And if you're having difficulty, try to incorporate your core more. Try to get your waist involved, not just your arms. And that will help. Okay? Let's see that sequence. Do you guys remember it? I can give verbal cues if you need, but I want to try to help you create your own synapses. So if you're just following me, it tends not to happen. Right? Salute. Kick. Step forward. Yep. And you want to stab first. Yep, stab. And then we come into a block. Think more just this. Yeah. Not so you're here. Drop the left. Curl in the right wrist. Yeah. Keep the elbow in the center. Don't bring the elbow way back here. You lose all your leverage. Here, this is a very strong posture. There's a lot of leverage right there. Yeah, the closer that it is to the center line, a lot of leverage, a lot of power there. If the elbow's way out here, you can probably even feel the difference. It just doesn't feel as secure, right? So yeah. For me, and a lot of people, it's just like the straight arm here. So that arm just goes down and it comes up. And then we step back with that right, upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Right? And then try it again. Yeah, starting from the beginning. Oh, that's a Tantian stabber. Well, what is that? I don't know. That's a middle.
That's a middle.
Yeah. You got to think head, knee, head, knee,
So,
head, knee. This is what we're thinking. Striking points. Yep, head. Yep.
And then slide down.
Yep.
And then
Bend your front knee, straighten your back leg. Don't bend the back leg.
okay.
You're kind of having this thing where you're going, and it's really 60% of the weight is in the front. So you can lean in that front foot. And the back leg is straightening, and that's how we're getting that power. It's from the straightening and the turning of the hip. It's okay. Ask questions. Ask questions.
I don't remember. So we start here.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, to start, the right foot, when we kick, that foot comes forward, and we stab. Right. So I think one of the things for you is make sure that that arm is way back there, and then don't feel like this hand needs to be way up there. Allow it to be loose. Like it's natural there. I don't have to reach forward, right? So stab, block, step back, upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Yeah? We feeling okay? Let's do it one more time. Everyone, I want to make sure you got this. There's no point in me showing you more if you're not going to remember it. You're just going to forget more, right? So it's like, okay, I showed you the whole routine. Well, I remember the first move. That's not going to be the best, right? So better to make sure we know 5 moves than just one. Yep. So, yep. Let's see it again. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Exactly. Let that foot, after you kick, let that foot just come forward. Yeah. Yep. Step, stab, block, step back, strike. So, no, up here. Strike up here. Yeah, no, you got it. Hit my stick. Yeah. Keep that hand on the hip. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And now pull it back with the left. Get that right hand in position. But keep that right there. Yes, on the shoulder. Yeah. There we go. Now you're getting the mechanism. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Knee height. And now the other side to the knee. Yeah. Well, you can just end right here, but yeah. Yeah. It doesn't have to come too far out. Yep. Right? So the first one's a head height. Yeah. 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 Try to get it to go to the outside. So the outside is just, yep, here and here. Nice. Yep. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Good work. Good work. Now can you get it to make the stick vibrate? So this one's broken. I just realized it. So it doesn't vibrate very well, but let's see if you can see what I mean. So, let's see. Can you see that vibrate a little bit? You're getting the, yeah, that's the goal. It's more, yep, there you go. And another trick, I'll tell you this, well, because you can roll the wrist. See how much spring I get in that? See that vibrate? It's from the wrist. Same thing, even here, you can get a little wrist roll. Yeah. It's typically more when you're striking to the left than to the right, because to the right is generally more of a sweep because it's up here. So you're not really punching the same way that you're punching here. You feel that? It's more of a sweep. It just has that kind of effect. I mean, you can, yeah, you can try, but yeah, the thing about this is it's rolling right into it. And so it's very natural as it extends out. This is a little bit like your elbow isn't really doing something you want it to do there. Yeah, I mean, you can get some springy power in there. You can. It's just more difficult, and it's not just the dynamic of the movement doesn't necessarily create it as easily or as predominantly. You know, it's that this is kind of how it's taught to me, and then when you start doing it, you kind of like, okay, I see what you mean. Because this feels like a punch. Like, this does not feel like a punch. This feels, because the pinning is higher up, and it's just a different mechanism. Here, everything's coming from the waist. It's much easier to get the power in there. Yeah. So. Okay. So let's just back up a square to make sure we have space. Because we're gonna move on. We're gonna do this, and I'm gonna introduce the next move. You know how my teaching style. We just keep building on moves. So we start, right? We have our nice, here I'll move over. We have our nice bow. We step out. We salute. Open the left. Kick with the right. Step. Stab. Block. Step back with the right. Upper left. Upper right. Lower left. Lower right. Now, you're going to bring it up in front of you with the right hand on top. You can almost pull it a little bit. Get that left hand down, and now let it come across your body. Let that right hand slide. Yeah, you definitely want the right hand to slide. You want to have the majority of the staff right here. I don't want to be like this. So I want to let that right hand slide, and as I'm doing that, I step forward. Right? So let's just go from that sequence again. We're starting from here. We pull it up, stepping forward as it slides, and now I'm coming across. Now when I come across, I want my whole hand behind it, not just my thumb, because if I hit something, that's putting a lot on my thumb, right? So I want my whole hand to be behind it, right? And you can kind of get that sound. So again, from here, right? Bam. Make sure we're in a good bow and arrow stance to start. Back leg is straight. And now we're going to pull it up as we're stepping forward, slide that right hand down, and strike. Yep. Yeah, if you can, have it kind of be right up in an extension. Yeah. And this hand can even be pinned pretty close to your body. Yeah, it doesn't matter where, but yes. From here, right? From here, we're going to shuffle. So you guys know what a shuffle is, but first day, you probably don't know what a shuffle is. So you just push off that back leg and step with the front leg. So it looks something like this. Just very easy. Yep, I'm pushing off my back leg. My front leg steps. Once that steps, the other leg joins. Right? I'm doing it very slow, but that's fine in the beginning. We want to have good technique before we try to do anything fast. This is a shuffle, right? So now, how do we incorporate the shuffle? So as we shuffle, our left hand is going to shuffle up to the right hand with us. So it looks kind of something, yep, there you go. It looks, and yeah, you have it right, okay. And it kind of looks something like this. As I shuffle, my left hand comes up to meet the right hand. And then what happens is once your feet are set, you pull back. Get that right hand roughly into the position that we'd want, right? About a forearm's length away. Right? Okay. Let's do that whole sequence. It's a pretty complicated move, but once you get it, it's pretty simple. But it takes a second to kind of get all the mechanisms, right? So we can start from this lower right strike, pulling up as we step forward, sliding the right hand down, stepping into the strike, right? Now we shuffle, pull back once you've shuffled. Now we turn our waist at 90 degrees. So it's like this, right? Now as you do that, you want to use the turn, the waist, for the staff to just kind of go, right? So if you can, get it to make this full circle. Get it to come up and down. And then it should be facing the front. Yes, exactly. And if you can, kind of have it end in front of you. Yeah. So when you turn, right? You guys look pretty good, right? So have it like this, right? Yeah, get all the way down. And now turn, bring it, as you do this, bring it, don't let it go back. You're kind of letting it do this. No, keep this part in front of your body. Yes, exactly like that. Yeah. And so when we're here, we just turn. Right? Turn. Yeah. Now if you can, Mandy, try to get it to come up and over instead of just, because that's not really what we want. We want it to go up and over. Yeah. Yes. Yes, this is what we want. So let's start from the beginning and incorporate everything that we've had, because we're moving along at a pretty good pace. But I want to make sure that everybody's getting it, because it is a lot of information. Right? So here we are. We bow. Step out. Salute. Kick it up. Stab. Block. Step back. Upper left. Upper right. Lower left. Lower right. Pulling it up and crossing it over as you step forward. Attack. Shuffle, moving that hand up. Once you're done, pulling it back. Right? And now, turn. Okay? Now let's see you do it without my assistance. You having fun over there? Awesome. That's what we want. Don't forget to move those hands. Sliding them, yeah. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. You have the right idea. You're in the right position. I wasn't talking about you, Mandy. I was talking about her, but you can follow Kyle. Kyle knows what he's doing. So let's see it again. Let's see it again. I'll give some verbal cues if I see you. I can help. So when we cross it up in front of us. So cross it up and then strike. And when you cross it up, right, we generally want to pull with the right hand to get that left hand in position and let the right hand fall down as you're crossing it. Now you're ready for a strike. Because we don't want to do strike like this. This isn't a very good strike. This is a much better strike. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's a lot at the end of the day. It's very technical. Sunday is always a tough day. It's very difficult for me to keep the students engaged. They're like, I've just been doing this for 7 hours. What more do I need to learn? Right, good. Yep. Now, as you step forward, first of all, your feet are way too far back, but that's okay. As you step forward, pull with the right hand, pull it up, so the left hand can come down. As you drop it down, that right hand comes down. Now you drop it down this way. Yeah, it's a crossover. You're crossing your arms. And then you're using that to make a strike, right? So, right, and now we shuffle, and that left hand comes up, and then the left hand pulls back, and now we turn. Okay, now from that turn, I'm going to come over here so that you don't have to look behind yourself because it's already hard enough, right? But we've just done this, right? And now we've done this turn. And you pull it through, grab, step forward, stab right at your throat height. And again, that right hand is tucked in to the chest. Same position as when you're doing the strikes, right? So again, how that looks in real time is shuffle, right? You can get this little turn of the hip if you want, straightening that back leg. Right, if that's, don't worry. Yeah, we just want it to be straight. So you can get this turning the hip the opposite direction. If this seems really complicated, don't worry about it. Just worry about trying to remember it, right? So again, shuffle, turn. Personally, I let it bounce like once, and then I just pull it through. Step, stab. Yeah? Okay. So this is normally all I teach in the first class. But we'll see if we can maybe do a little bit more, but let's make sure we have this part down. Right? Yeah. So, starting from the beginning, I know a lot of repetition, but makes it easier on the body, right? We bow, we step out, we salute, and now what do? Yeah, we kick it up, step forward, and a little thing when you step, you can bring it back. Bring back the staff, right? So as I kick it up, don't have it way out here. Because how are you going to strike something from here? Like, so when you kick it up and grab it, pull it back. Then strike. And you can get this hip turn. We don't want to lean into it because there's no power there. We want to get the hip to turn and that leg to straighten. Right? And your hip should be facing center as much as possible. Hips facing center. There you go. What would make it easier for you if your feet weren't so long and they were wider? Yeah. Much easier to get the hips. If you're feeling like I can't get my hips straightened, probably because your feet are too narrow, right? We want to keep them wide. The wider, the better. It's a lot easier. Get that block, step back, upper left, upper right. Right? Upper, upper, lower, lower. And now you're both at the same spot, and I can see little question marks coming up over your head. So here we are. Bring it in front of you. Pull it up with that right hand, this one right here. Step forward. Get that left hand in position. Now let it just fall to the side and let that right hand slide. Right? Let that right hand slide. Wham. Strike. Right? Now shuffle. Left hand comes up, pulls back. Now we turn. Pull through, step through with the right foot. Stab. Yep. And we want that stab to be at our pretty throats, right? As we do in Kung Fu, we hit all the spots that are not allowed in any kind of ring fighting. The eyes, the throat, the groin, the sensitive areas. The ones that are going to end a fight. Because the real thing of Kung Fu is we're not looking to get into a fight. We want to have the knowledge to avoid fighting. And then if we do happen to be in a fight, we want to just end it as quickly as possible. Right? It's not about ring fighting. There's other martial arts that are much better for ring fighting. You can do some sanda. This is good, but we don't do a lot of sanda here anymore. Master Ian used to teach the national team and all this sort of thing, and I'm just not an interest with him anymore. So we work it more on these kind of deadly zones, right? So I don't know why or do we need a break? Get some water.
Yeah.
Let me go get some first. Right? So go ahead and practice. If you have questions, please ask. I'm here. I'm watching you like a hawk. But I'm going to go check out Ricardo right now. So just try to do the best you can. Where are we? Are we on the side bit?
And what?
The side?
Yeah, the second. Yeah. To get to the front.
Yeah, front, then the sides. And now you're going back to the front?
Yeah, back to the front.
Yeah. So you had it. You had the right idea. You're here, right? Yeah, you're here. And it's weird, but you do the left first, then the right. Oh. Ah, okay. Are you left-handed? Oh, that's right. You said that. Okay. That would explain why you're on the wrong side as well. Okay. Okay, well, it'd be the same principle, though. Here. Yeah, that just makes my brain hurt, but yeah. Do you know the whole routine? Let's see it. What? Yeah, well, let's start with the right. Let's make sure you know it on the right. Oh, are you talking Tantao? Okay. Okay, that's a little different. Okay. What? In the cane. Okay. I thought you were doing, but you were doing the Tantao. Okay. All right, get that stretch. Straighten the back leg. Get the weight in the front. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. This is what we want. So let the energy come through. Let the energy come through. Yeah, so let me show you what I mean. Do you see? So on those moves, right, you're here, this compared to that. Let the energy come through. Try to get the energy to the end here. So unlike with the Tantao where you're slicing, we want to release. Here, release it. Let it come through. So kind of what I'm talking about is like you can come through like that, or you can come through like that. So you like release. The easiest one for me is this, or if I roll my wrist, I'm letting the energy get to the end. If I'm doing this, the energy is getting stuck here. Just that little bit of movement. So when we're doing things like this, if I release the wrist, the energy gets to the end. Right? If I release the wrist, it comes through. If I keep the wrist, it doesn't. You can just tell. Like, I can use a bunch of force. It doesn't sound like that. That's because the energy is coming through, because you're releasing it and letting it travel to the end. So when we're coming down, there's this hinge that's almost wham. Right? Let it come through. So you're hitting somebody, but you want it to not be stuck. You play baseball? No. Okay. Same principle, right? When they're making contact, they roll through it. Right? They start here. Some stay cocked the whole time, but you get a lot more power with this releasing of it, trying to get the energy to the end. Hopefully that made sense. Yes. Instead of it keeping up, before you were just coming down and it was staying up. Like the end was staying up. Oh, I missed your routine. Was she rolling on the floor? Oh, and I missed it. Too busy teaching. Yeah. Yeah, so when we're there, we're turning that front foot on the ball, the back foot on the heel, and then that motion of stab, drop, pop it up, right? I would say maybe don't go so low that you have to bend so far forward. We want to try to keep my back, I can't do it that well either, but you want to try to keep that back as straight as possible. Here it comes up to the side, just like a curl up. So we're here, it comes up, and then power through that shoulder. But make sure to, that's an up. Yeah, exactly like when you do this, when you do the figure 8 and you step back, it's that same kind of thing. Yeah. Come over, pop it up. So let that right foot come through. So, yeah. So you are here, step, step, keep coming. And then the energy just wants to come right through that. Yeah, it's a really flowy sequence once you get it. So now step over with the right foot. Yeah, but let it come all the way through and keep those hips squared. So you're there, blocking, blocking, and just let that come all the way through. It's a collarbone strike, but let it come all the way through, wrap it around. Yeah, because now you're going to step forward with the left, and then wham. Yeah, and you can kind of lean into that. Put some weight on that front. Don't shift the hips. And just, you're only trying to get it to about right here. But there's this. I don't have a staff, but... ooh, nice. Nice vibration there. That was nice. Right? So, like what I was trying to get at is from here, feet stay in a line. This foot comes here, and then it's here, step, the hips are turned, and you can use that, and it's just fling it out. This is a classic example of letting the wrist go. If you just do this, the energy stays stuck. Wham. Yeah, and then it's your classic, just like you do in the Tantao. Here, but come all the way, curl it up, and now this explosive up. And then you do the... Yep. Same exact thing, except for now it's a club. So you just want to release it. Like in the Tantao, we're slicing up, so we don't release it, right? But here, it's a club. So we want to give that kind of energy, let that energy get to the end. And then from there, it's just the same way the other way. Boom. And if you can move from the core, it's even better. Yeah. Yeah, you get to, yeah, that. So that sequence is that turn. And you can hear the sound of that. It's not from my arm. That's from my core. So you can easily make that sound. I mean, you can easily make the sound with your arm, but it's way more impressive when it's coming from your body, because that would hurt. Right? Yeah. Right? And it's not just requiring my arm. I'm using my whole body, so you're really getting the energy through, which is like, yeah, that's what we're looking for, right? Oh, sorry, my staff was in your way. Sorry about that. So I don't know, was that too much? Okay. You're usually very quick, that's so. Nice work. Nice work. I see teacher Kyle here has helped you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, great. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that one I actually got.
All right. And
That long.
so you're following him. Yeah, cool. That's all right. Kyle's an instructor here. He's a new instructor, but he's still an instructor here, so this is good. This is good. Awesome. Do you want to show off to me? Or for me, or however I'm supposed to phrase that? Yes, English is my first language.
I have to be behind.
That's fine. Get behind him. Yeah. You can use your secret weapon. We're okay with that. Wah, wah, wah. Yes, it's their fault. For sure. Yeah, your striking is much better when you're behind him. I agree. This is good. Yeah, step through with the right. Yeah, but yeah. So we know what we have to do. We just have to put you behind Kyle. Perfect. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Right? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. There's 5 minutes left. Do we try to go more? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, we want to do a little bit more. Watch out for Ricardo. Okay. Yeah. All right, well, we can try some more here. The next part is it's a sequence that we repeat 3 times. So I kind of usually save that, but we're to here, right? This is the spot that we got to. Let's make sure that our right hand is in a good position, right? Right hand is up, left hand is down, right? We just stabbed, and now what we're going to do, step forward with the left. Now I always bring it back because it's like, for me, it's like bringing back a punch or cocking something or chambering is a better word, kung fu word, because now we're going to do a lower strike to the right, right? Someone's knee, just like we've already done, right? So you just bring it across, right? Attacking that area, right? So we did our attack, and now here we're going to have a new one, but it's very similar to the cross that we did. So open up the left foot. We want to pull up with our right hand, but you can put it on your shoulder. We don't necessarily need to be doing this. We just want to get that left hand in position. Once you do, let the staff rest on your shoulder. Let the right hand come down. Overhead strike. Right? Yeah, left hand over here. So, yeah. So we're here. We just did a lower right. You just pull it up and let the hand come down. Put it on your right shoulder. Put it on the right shoulder. And now just drop it down. Right? Don't turn your hips. We want our hips straight, right? You can use that back leg, straightening the back leg, creating power to come up through the body. Again, you can roll the wrist here from that top position, right? Bam. Yeah? So, from this spot, stab. We step forward with the left, striking the lower right. Now we pull it up onto our shoulder, let that right hand come down, and strike. Right? And then we do a block, shuffle, strike. And that's the end of that sequence, and then you do a turn, and you just do the same sequence again. And then you do a 90, same sequence again. And then you do this. Then you do these 4 corners. I'm just showing you the rest of the routine because we're out of time. Step back, lower, step forward, side, block. And that would be the end. It's a fairly small, short routine. But again, since she's doing this, from this spot, right, we step, lower right. Step again, overhead. Block, shuffle, stab. And the key again is when you shuffle, let that come back and then straighten that back leg and straighten those hips as you drive it through. Yeah. Well, that was really far. Normally we don't get that far. Normally I stop here, but because of Kyle and his superbness, yeah, this is great. So unfortunately, that is all the time we have. So put away, I always call them toys. Really, they're weapons. Yes. Block, shuffle, stab. Yeah, exactly. And then you're going to do that 3 times. Next, you do a 180-degree turn. Then you do it. Then you do a 90-degree back to center. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good job, everyone. If you still have questions, you can ask me at dinner or some other time. Yeah. Well, all right. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy dinner. Well deserved. Thank you, live stream, for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We had a couple different weapons going on here. You got to see Priska show off some stuff, which is always fun and interesting. Regardless, this is the end for us. Enjoy the rest of your evening or day, and see you tomorrow. Yeah. I'm still talking.